Yo guys, it's Slinxy, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make a thumbnail for any first person shooter game. Let's jump into it. So in this tutorial I'm going to be actually using Splitgate as an example, but pretty much any first person shooter where you can get a screenshot of you maybe inspecting a gun or whatever, that will work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, New, and then I've got a saved, where is it, HD here. You want to go 1920 by 1080p. 300 resolution, and then the rest RGB color 8-bit. The rest is kind of personal preference, but just copy what I'm doing if you want the same as me pretty much. So then you click create, and then what you have to do now is you have to go find a video or go into your game, inspect your gun, and then clip it, or you can record it, inspect your gun, stop the recording, whatever you want. For my example, let me mute that for a second. I went into game, I quickly inspected it, flew up, and then that was me. So I think what you do on Windows anyway, this is how I do it. You can do it other ways, but this is the software I'm using. I go click the little pencil or pen, save photo from video. It loads up this, takes a second to load. Once it's loaded up, I can go frame by frame, and this is this around here. I think here, this is the one that I want to use. So I go click save a photo. It should save right next to it. So then you go drag and drop that in. First we want to do camera raw filter, right? So I'm kind of speeding through. If it's not already, right click, make it a smart object. I'm going to come out of that because mine's already a smart object. Go filter, camera raw filter, and here we want to mess around with some things. My saturation is down a bit for some reason because I took it out. So I'm just going to bump that up quite a bit there. Put the vibrance up quite a bit as well. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. Mine's a bit buggy. I'm just going to go here, filter, camera raw filter. Going to put my saturation up a bit, vibrance up a bit. Let's put our blacks down, whites up. Just tweaking stuff a little bit. Just kind of play along slider with the sliders. Go left and right and see how you like it. I'm going to put that a bit more blue. Bit pinky, just a little bit, a bit less blue, and then I don't know, my Photoshop might look a bit different to yours. I think I have an older version or something. It is pretty much just going through all of the tabs and everything and kind of playing with the sliders and kind of figuring it out yourself, but I think that looks alright for now, so I'm going to click OK. So what you want to do now is actually take this layer, make sure it's selected, zoom in, and you want to pen tool out the hand or the gun or whatever you want, pretty much whatever you want on the foreground. This is just me speeding through it for the sake of the tutorial, and I will see you when I'm done. This bit can be quite tedious. You do want to take your time while you're doing this. I'm just zooming past for the sake of the tutorial because I'm not actually going to use this thumbnail. I don't plan on doing anyway. Alright, so once you've selected it, for the end bit, you just click on the one you started with. You're going to go right click, make selection, 0, okay, and then just click Control and J, and that will basically make this its own layer. So what we want to do now is click on the background layer, filter, and go blur, Gaussian blur. That's just a past thing I was working on. I'd say around maybe 12. Yeah, 12 looks good. So I'm going to click OK. Again, like, it's not perfect. I was just speeding through. But here, this is where it's kind of different to what I'm doing here, because you can see there's like this like an animated skin. So if you have this, this step is not necessary. But I'm just gonna basically I'm alt clicking, right clicking on my mouse, and then I'm dragging my mouse left and right to change the size, up and down to change the hardness, and I'm just getting it a bit there. I'm going to get that kind of color on a new layer, and then I'm just going to paint over. Why is it not? Oh, it's behind. Silly me. It has to go on top of everything. It won't look great to start off with, don't worry. We will deal with that later. But here, maybe not that one. And now what we do is we go here where it says normal. You want to take that to linear dodge, add, and take this to maybe about 40. And you see how it kind of adds more of a kind of glow. You can take that up a bit if you want. Wouldn't go higher than 60. And then I'll just try this out quickly, see how it looks. You could make that a bit lighter. You could add an outer glow onto it to kind of make it that little bit more glowy, I guess. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. Right, so now for this bit, this is going to be the kill feed coming out of the side of the gun. So what you want to do is go to the top layer. You want to take this. It doesn't have to be perfect. You literally just click, drag. With the shape, you just right click, and I have got the rounded rectangle tool. Here I'm going to change my rounds to about 50. That'll do, yeah. And I'm going to change my fill. Let me pick my own fill. Just to a dark kind of blue. It really depends on what game you're playing and what colors you use. This is what I'm going to use for my example. I'm quickly just going to turn this opacity to about 95. No. Oh, whoops. I accidentally deleted stuff. Control Z and Control Shift Z is very useful while working in Photoshop. Just go forward and backwards. 80%, that looks a bit good. So I'm just going to put this. Right, so what you want to do is just text. Actually, no, don't text here. I'm just going to put Slinxy, because that's my name. Ignore this step. I'm just taking that off because I was doing something before. And then for font, it doesn't really matter the font. I'm going to use this font. I'm going to put that to yellow. And now what we want to do is we want to get the kind of gun or the whatever it is. It might be different if you're playing other games. It might just have text. There might be a gun. There might be a headshot. There might be a skull or something. But in Splitgate there's a gun, so I'm quickly going to go and grab a screenshot of that. So for this example, I'm using the carbine, so I'm going to have to get an example of me using the carbine. Right, here's somewhere there. Again, save photo from video. I'm just gonna go, and this gameplay is a little bit behind. There we go. So here, so I'm just gonna go save a photo, and then I'll change it. I'll select the location, and it's as simple as dragging and dropping. And now this is where it gets a bit complicated. It can be a bit, what's the word? I don't know. Basically, I click M just to select it. Control Shift I, and then I want to go and mask that. I don't know what I'm doing. You have to do the Control Shift I. Forget that. Just mask it. And then here, you just want to use the magic wand tool to kind of remove some of the stuff without you having to actually go in about it yourself. But there it is. And about there, and then you want to get your other text. You can put, I don't know, someone's name in it if you want, a mate's name or someone you kill in game's name. If it's like a pro player, you want to put their name in. I'm just gonna put enemy, and you want to make that red. And I'll probably move that over slightly. And that is that part done. So you want to click all that group, and then now is when we want to do the alt dragging, and then make another group. I'm just going to quickly Control J, Control E, turn off the bottom one, just making a, what's it called, a save, I guess. And then you want to use perspective to kind of try and change the angle of the kill feed. That looks good there. You want to drag this below the gun, there we go. And that kind of creates depth, and if you want to create even more depth, you create a layer above that for this to black. And then you can kind of, you know, never mind, delete that layer. Where is it? Get this and just throw a drop shadow on that. Don't see why not. You can copy my settings if you like, or what I recommend is just playing around with the settings yourself and seeing what fits your environment. I'm not happy with this. I'm gonna turn that down a bit. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then because this is a ranked game, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get a ranked medal. I only got platinum, it's not too impressive, but at the same time, oh well. You know, that's not the highest quality image. Let me get a better one. We want it to be kind of overlapping with things to create more depth, and I think that's looking good. So we've got kind of bleeding going on over here. We've got up here. We've got overlapping here and here, which creates more depth. Just basic design principles you'll probably have to learn if you wanna, you know, take your design and thumbnail making seriously, I guess you could say. But I'm just gonna put that. That's my save thing. And then to create a final camera raw filter, a final color correction, you want to go Control Shift Alt E, which will make a raster screenshot, I guess you could say, of everything here, everything visible below it. So you want to turn that into a smart object filter, camera raw filter. I'm going to put blue, pinks, make it a bit darker, put the contrast up, highlights up, shadows down, just bits of this, a bit of these, clarity, vibrance, saturation, mist around with this a little bit, we want a bit of sharpening, and then noise reduction. Right, and I think that's it. I think that is us. I'll throw some examples up on screen of what else could go. Excuse me, of what else could go up instead of the ranked medal. It could be a kill number if you drop like a high kill pub game. It could be anything. I'll throw some examples up, like I said, of some past thumbnails I've done using this kind of style. And if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. I've actually opened my commissions, so if you would like me to do your thumbnail or a Twitter banner or anything really like that, let me know. DM me on Twitter at Big Slinx. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.